Hello students, this video carbon and its compound is brought to you by Biocatalyst. Think like a proton and stay positive. Carbon and its compound is a very important chapter. We are going to see what we have to study in this chapter for the academic year 2020. In this chapter, we have to concentrate on covalent bonding in the carbon compounds, versatile nature of the carbon, homologous series, and the deleted portions or nomenclature of the carbon compound containing the functional group, difference between the saturated hydrocarbon and unsaturated hydrocarbon, chemical properties of carbon compounds, ethanol, ethanoic acid, soap, and detergents. In this particular chapter, we are going to see about the carbon and all the compounds are belonging to the organic chemistry. In this first lecture, we are going to see about the introduction, carbon, occurrence of the carbon, importance of carbon in the day-to-day life, and tetravalency of carbon. So let's start the introduction part. So here I am going to introduce about the carbon. Carbon, it's a element and the elements are classified into metal, non-metal, and metalloids. Carbon belongs to the non-metal. Let's see about the position of the carbon in the periodic table. In the periodic table, the carbon is placed in the P block and it belongs to the group number 14, period number 2. Atomic number is 6. So the atomic number represents the total number of the proton in its nuclei. It is also equal to the number of the electron in the neutral atom. Atomic mass of the carbon is 12U. And when we talk about this atomic mass, we have to know about the isotopes. Isotopes are defined as the same atomic number but differs in the mass number. Here, the most basically and the most common isotope of the carbon is 12, and the other isotopes are carbon 13 and carbon 14. This carbon 14 is used for the determination of the age of the fossil. Electronic configuration. Since the atomic number is 6, it contains a 6 electron and its electronic configuration is 2 and 4. Valency, tetravalency. Nature, already we have discussed, it is a non-metal in nature, and the other family members are silicon, germanium, tin and lead. Carbon has a very unique character that it likes and loves to be friendly with all the elements, and because of that there are millions of compounds in the earth crust. The very important drawback of the carbon in the form of carbon dioxide, if it is increased in the earth, it leads us to the global warming. Occurrence of the carbon. So carbon occurs in the different form. It occurs as a carbon dioxide, bicarbonate, hydrocarbons and fossil fuels. So let's discuss about the carbon dioxide. In the atmosphere, the carbon is present in the form of carbon dioxide. The percentage of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is 0.032 to 0.04 percentage, and this carbon dioxide is made used by this plants in the presence of sunlight, water and the carbon dioxide. It produces a starch, which is a carbohydrate, and the oxygen will be liberated out, and this mechanism we call it as a photosynthesis. But excess amount of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere leads us to the global warming and the greenhouse effect. Carbon in the form of a bicarbonate it is present in the mineral as 0.02 percentage. Carbon is also is bonded with the hydrogen and they are called as hydrocarbons. Carbon is also present in the form of a petroleum, natural gases. They are formed by the decomposition of death and decay of plants and animals. Now we are going to see about the very important term called as organic chemistry. Organic chemistry, initially it was considered to be a compound which is obtained from the living things like plants and animals. Later, it was being disproved by the Fredericks by synthesizing the urea in the laboratory, and we have a modern definition as it's a branch of chemistry which deals with the carbon and its compounds or the hydrocarbon and its derivatives. Now let's see about the carbon in our day-to-day life. So here the carbon is present in the form of a food. A food is a composition of the carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamins and minerals. All these compounds contains the carbon. And if you take this LPG gas also contains the carbon. Living things like plants, animals and the microorganism are also made up of the carbon. Here you can see the lead of the pencil. The lead of the pencil is a graphite which is an allotrope of carbon. And the diamond, the very hardest compound, and it's also an allotrope of carbon. Here we can see that the plants, animals, all are made up of carbon. When these plants and animals undergo the death and when it decomposes, it produces a fossil fuels like petroleum, diesel, and this fossil fuels is used in the vehicles. When it undergoes a combustion, it produces a carbon dioxide. So, the carbon is present in different forms in the earth crust. Now let's see why the carbon is so important. It is a main elements of all the living organisms like plants, animal and the microorganism. And almost all the fuel, whatever we use like coal, LPG, kerosene, everything are made up of the carbon. Now, we are going to see the reason why the carbon is present everywhere. The reason for this it is because of its atomic number. The atomic number, already I've told you, it is a total number of the proton present in the nuclei which is equal to that of the electron. So the atomic number here it is 6. So the electron is also 6 here, and the K shell will have the 2 electrons and the L shell will have the 4 electrons, and this 4 electron present in the outermost shell is called as tetravalency. All the elements want to become a stable compound in its octane by either losing or gaining the electron. But the carbon cannot lose the electron or it cannot gain the electron. If it loses the electron, it can become the helium electronic configuration, but the carbon cannot lose the electron or gain the electron. Let's see the reason why it cannot lose the electron or it gain the electron. Suppose if it loses a 4 electron, it will become a cations. So it will become a cation, and that is a 4 positive charge in the nuclei. It has a 6 proton and 2 electron. So it has to spend a large amount of the energy to remove the electron one by one. So it is not feasible in the term of energy. So the carbon cannot give the or lose the electron. Now let's see why it cannot gain the 4 electron. If the carbon gains the 4 electron, it will become an anions, that is C4 minus, and once it becomes a 4, once it gets a 4, it gains a 4 electron. Already it has a 6 proton, and now it will have the 10 electrons. Now the 6 protons cannot hold the 10 electrons in this particular case because of the inter-electronic repulsion will be very high, and to overcome this inter-electronic repulsion, large amount of the heat is required. So, because of this reason, the carbon cannot gain the 4 electrons. Hence, the carbon forms a covalent bond. So, we'll see about the definition of the covalent bond. So, the covalent bond is defined as a bond which is formed by sharing of electron pair between the two atoms is known as covalent bond. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, like it, share it and subscribe it. This part, continuation of this part will be continued in the second part. The topics will be covered as covalent bondings, difference between the ionic and covalent bonds, versatile nature of the carbon, and the different types of covalent bonds we are going to see, and then allotropes of carbon, and then hydrocarbons homologous series. Thank you.